The 1.5 update for Stardew Valley is now out for PC, and we have two new game options when starting a new farm that I want to explore today. So I set up a quick experiment. I'm talking about the new options to remix the community center bundles and the mines, because they're pretty influential, especially early on. Whether you're still waiting for the update on console or mobile, haven't started a new farm, or are new to Stardew Valley, I'll explore what changes when remixing the bundles or mines and why it will be different for each player. Also, I need to know, how will this affect the time to complete the community center or mines, and does it impact the difficulty? I'll try to answer these questions and more in today's video. Of course, there will be some minor spoilers, but I hope I can give you a better idea if these options are right for your next farm, whether it's your next playthrough or your first time with the 1.5 update. If you've been enjoying my videos on 1.5, thanks for the support, and consider subscribing if you want to see more. It helps a bunch. Now let's talk about my setup. I created 5 new files and unlocked the community center on each of them. If you're new or don't remember how this quest starts, I played until day 5 and entered Pelican Town from the bus stop on a sunny day between 8 AM and 1 PM to proc the CC cutscene. After that, remember to interact with the golden scroll so that the wizard sends you a letter in the mail the next day. The bundles are ready to check out once you pay a quick visit to the wizard to discuss things. I'm now ready to compare the difference between the bundles on each save file. Comparing the remixed mines rewards is more straightforward. I just needed to head to the bottom of the mines on each save file before collecting the loot on each treasure chest floor. I'll compare what I got in each chest. There's a couple of new items, so I will give you fair warning if you feel like that's too much of a spoiler. More on that later. Back to the community center bundles, I noticed 2 major changes across the 5 save files. The first is that there is a chance that some traditional bundles will be replaced with new bundles altogether. Across the 5 save files, I encountered a number of new bundles. In the crafts room, there's the sticky bundle that requires 500 sap and it replaces the construction bundle. That's a lot of sap, but at least that's one of those items that's pretty easy to come by. The wild medicine bundle replaces the exotic foraging bundle and requires things like purple mushrooms, fiddlehead ferns, white algae, and hops. Hops are traditionally a summer crop, so this bundle could take longer than the traditional one for me, because I like to open up the Skull Cavern in spring, giving me access to coconuts and cacti. Otherwise, it will depend on your playstyle. In the pantry, I noticed the rare crops bundle that requires both an ancient fruit and sweet gemberry. Not too hard, but it does require some game knowledge, and getting that first ancient fruit can be a pain. I have a video on making that easier if you're interested. Also in the pantry is the Fish Farmer's Bundle, so that's nice if you're a fan of using fish ponds. If flowers are your thing, we have a garden bundle, which may get complicated because you don't get the greenhouse until the pantry is complete, which means Evelyn won't give you garden pots to grow out-of-season crops indoors, and the flowers span different seasons. Luckily, I do frequently see flowers being sold by the traveling merchant. If you've ever done a vineyard-style farm, the Brewer's Bundle also looks fun to complete. I'm a big fan of this one. In the fish tank, I noticed the Master Fisher's Bundle, and it replaces the Specialty Fish Bundle. The difficulty of the fish for this one are much higher than the old bundle, so if fishing isn't your thing, this may be something to reconsider. With that said, the new Quality Fish Bundle does not look so bad. On the bulletin board, there's the new Foraging Bundle dedicated to Linus, so that's pretty dope. There's also a Children's Bundle, and that looks super easy as long as you find a doll artifact quickly. Oh, and a Jody theme bundle. I love her. It's called the Home Cooks Bundle. It's also on the board and requires eggs, milk, and wheat flour. There are no changes to the vault. It still requires gold. In the boiler room, there's an Engineer's Bundle that requires iridium ore, a battery pack, well, that's annoying, and refined quartz. Also in the boiler room, there's a Treasure Hunter's Bundle that requires several gems. None of these are particularly hard to find, but they are worth some good gold. Wow, I feel like I've said bundles a million times already. But that makes about 13 new bundles I've encountered so far. This probably isn't a full list, so I'd love to hear from you if you've given this a go and encountered similar or new bundles than me. The second change I mentioned earlier is that there can be variation in the old bundles, requiring different crops or fish. As long as they fit the theme for the bundle, it looks like they have a chance of appearing. Ultimately, the new bundles appear balanced, and the variation in old bundles is nice, but a little game knowledge is required. If you're new to Stardew, I'd probably recommend not remixing the bundles, but you should be just fine even if you do. Up next is a look at the remixed treasure chests in the mines. This is the part where I tell you to click off the video if this is too much of a spoiler. I would consider this a pretty minor spoiler because the rewards will vary for everyone, but I totally get it if you don't want to see a new item or weapon. This new feature replaces the traditional wards on chest floors with a set of random items. So, to test this, I go to the bottom of the mines on each of my 5 test files and then elevatored to each treasure floor. There's a chest every 10 floors with the exception of level 30. Not sure what's up with that. The loot I obtained varied in level and item/weapon type with the exceptions of floors 40, 70, and 100 where I received the Slingshot, Master Slingshot, and Star Drop respectively. Overall, this looks like a good way to spice things up, but some files received more items I like than others. Personally, I'm a fan of clubs because of the ability to chain the combo attack. Maybe I'll cover that another day. What kind of weapon is your go-to? I'd also love to hear what other sorts of loot people received who have done the remixed mines. I don't think the mine is much of a challenge, so I would recommend giving this a try. If you do struggle with the mines, that's totally okay, but maybe skip this option for now. Or do it. It's your playthrough, and you should play how you want. Feel free to pause through this video and check out some of the loot that I got. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this coverage of the remix features. I wanted to do this because I know it may be some time before these features are updated on the wiki. Let me know if you want me to cover something else soon. And stay strong, mobile and console players. In other news, I promised to start streaming before the end of the year, and I aim to keep that promise. Follow me over on Twitch if that sounds like your sort of thing. I'll probably be more active on Twitter too because I noticed some of you followed, and I don't want to miss out on the chance to interact with others about Stardew. Thanks again for all of the positive feedback on these last few videos. Like the video, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.